Morning guys, Laura here from Hedgehog's Homestead. Today we're gonna start by growing some, get some asparagus starts growing. Early spring is when you wanna do it. Here we are, early spring. So I got at Menards yesterday, I got these asparagus starts. They're from Holland, just like me. Well, you know, my genetics anyways. So I'm going to soak them. I'm going to soak them and get those roots growing or, you know, nice and pliable before I put them in the ground. And there's 10 starts here. I do have some seeds that I'm growing as well, but I want to get an early start on some asparagus. I should have probably got 2 bags of these, but they're $15, so not cheap. This is George or Mary Washington. A good variety, tender, and most homesteaders love Mary Washington. So, and that's what they recommend. So I'm going to open this up and I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. Pack them in soil. Some of those roots. I'm just going to cut that rubber band instead of trying to take it off. I don't want to break the roots. Okay. And then I'm just going to spread them in here like so. And look, there's little baby asparagus on these. Okay. Okay, so now I think I'm going to put a little more water. A teaspoon of this in there. So we'll put more water. And this is Jamaican pliable. And give them a good start, guys. So I'm keeping the tops out. So we'll just put a capful of this in there. Mix it around a little bit. We're gonna let that sit for an hour maybe, and then we'll put it out. We want these nice and pliable so that it's easier to get in the ground that way. Fairy egg. I'll show you guys that later. It up a little bit because it's been sitting all winter. Normally I wouldn't till any soil like this, but a big piece of wood there. In this bed. put some starter tone in here. I put lime in everything that we do here on the homestead because our soil is really lacking the calcium and stuff that's in lime. Later on, I'm going to throw some biochar on here. I haven't got any made yet. I need to make some. I'm going about 6 inches down. And I'm going to take my asparagus crown. And the reason why this trench is really long is I want to spread out. Put my compost right on top of there. And then fill it in with the soil. And then put more compost on top of that. There's another method I'm going to try. They build a little mound and then they put the asparagus on top of that mound and then put out the roots around it. So let's try that one. Kind of like a little octopus, but more legs than that. Okay. And then we'll just sit them down on that little crown that we have in there. And then we'll put our compost all the way around those roots. There we go. A little bit of the native soil, and then more compost. I'm not worried about that little bitty asparagus. It will reach for the sky. So I just worried more that it's intact than anything. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing in this spot. Building up that little mound again in there. Get our root. Broke them. There's another one wanting to grow right there. Compost around there. Little of the native soil around it, and then more of the compost around that. I don't have a lot of compost or a lot of money for compost, so that's why I'm being as sparingly as possible. But I know that really likes it. This is organic compost. I try to do everything organic here on the homestead. Now again, this is a Mary Washington asparagus because it gives root time or area for the roots to come down. That's about a 6-inch hole. Again, I'm going to put my little mound in there to mound up the asparagus around, and I'm just going to put a little bit of compost underneath that. Get my asparagus root. One has coming up. I have to go back all the way to and this one's broken off, and that's okay. Okay. Now I'm going to put our compost all around that. Just because I know that my native soil is so poor, This is just my native topsoil that I have in these beds, so that's what I'm working with. A little baby worm. Okay. Here. Now these are going to drop seed later and expand over this bed. It seems like, oh, you're putting a lot of, hardly any in one space. Well, it's because they will expand. No rocks and want to know what grows well here in our area of Tennessee? It's trees. Trees. As they're cutting them down in the background. Okay, this is another little one. So has a really good root system on it, this one. Gonna make way for all those roots. Got it there. Right now it's more important to grow the roots than the asparagus. Native soil. Okay. Now, I have two more. They'll go over here. So yeah, we're only growing 10 in a bed that is 8 by 4. Mound in there. This one's just a little guy. And that they like a lot of compost. Okay. Just spread that all around. Now this is going to settle, and then they recommend putting more compost around it because you really want the roots to have a lot of good soil around it. So guys, this is where my camera went dead. So I water in and that's it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. God bless and have a great day. We'll see you next time here on Hedgehog's Homestead. Bye.